making a difference to people's lives is the purpose behind everything we do and why we do what we do. So that's always my number one. And then my other one is just the people we get to work with. It's amazing staff, amazing people who really have that goal of making people better. And so sometimes I have to pinch myself, and I'm excited to come to work every day, and I learn something new every day. Even still, over 12 years later, it's still exciting to be here at IMG. I actually grew up 2 hours north of here in a little town called Oklahumpka, Florida. All growing up, I was highly involved in sports. I started playing tennis at 4. And so my dad was an auto mechanic, and he traded work on the tennis pro's car to get me tennis lessons. Ended up doing 4 sports in high school. So I did volleyball, basketball, tennis, and softball in high school, which was so fun just to be that active. And then went on to college at Stetson University and played tennis and volleyball there. It was interesting because I had the same coach all 4 years of volleyball, but I actually had like 4 different coaches in tennis. They switched a lot. So that was also a good experience. And I share that with the athletes now to say, like, don't only pick a school for the coach, because you could have a different coach. Really love the school, love your teammates. And so I felt at home at Stetson when I went and visited, and I loved it. And so I played the 4 years, and then I actually stayed a year and was assistant tennis coach. I drove myself down on spring break on my own to interview, and just came and fell in love with the place and the people, and have probably worked across all the sports at some point. But then started getting into some of the organizational things, and kind of then progressed into program manager for a few years, but was still doing a lot of mental too. Then became assistant director, and then fairly recently ended up as director of APD, which I'm so thankful for every day to work with the people we work with, and we get to make a difference to people's lives, and that to me is just the most amazing job you can have. With IMG Mental Conditioning, we really are training the athletes to educate them on what are the things you can do with, say, positive self-talk and confidence and routines and things like that, but then we're also applying it where we do what's called live coaching. We go out to their sport, we're at the practices, at the games, so we can really connect with them and find those moments where maybe they did have bad body language and help them change their body language. And so the more applied we make it, the better, and then it allows the change in both actions, thoughts, and behaviors that can transition and make people mentally tougher when they're playing their sport, but also it applies to life. So that's really the cool part about it too.